So I've had 4 dreams in total. I just told you about one of them. I'm not sure of the dates of 2 of them. This one I wrote down in my notebook. Can you see it? 5/30/2025. So I'm just gonna read it. And yeah. When my dream started, I woke up in the same chair that I had fallen asleep in, except my husband was coming in and coming around the chair to greet me. A woman was with him. I felt like I recognized her and was supposed to know her, but couldn't remember. I was very confused. I looked around and realized that this wasn't my house. I looked at my husband and asked, "Is this real? Are you real?" He smiled and opened his arms. Like, he literally was like this. And then he said, "Is this better?" All of a sudden, I looked around and the house was different. It still felt off, but I recognized it like I'd been there before. I didn't ask any more questions. The woman didn't really ever talk, not that I remember. She had her kids with her, a baby and 2 older boys. The front of the house had like little jungle gyms and slides. The floor was squishy, like walking on a waterbed. So many kids stuff to play on. I was wondering how I forgot this was here, why I wouldn't have my kids playing here every day. There's stairs that are built where you can't go up them, super steep. So like super steep, like if you walk to the edge of the stair, you're supposed to have your step down by your foot, but the first step was like to my chest. It was very weird, and I was thinking like, why hadn't I gone up there? I remember the ceiling almost looked like there was water patches. I remember thinking like, why? Like, I just was very confused this whole time. I was just kind of rolling with it at this point, you know, like obviously something was going on, you know? When I went, I guess I didn't write in here. I decided I was going to see what was upstairs. Why would the stairs be built that way? The ceiling looked like if you walked up there, you could fall through, but at the same time, the stairs looked perfect. So I was like, I'm going to take my chances. I also wrote a note that while I was there, this is going to sound insane, but just hear me out. There was this giant alligator, and I mean a real alligator, and I was the only one worried about it being there. Like, I was protecting the kids. It was moving very slow, but it would creep up on you. And I was like trying to protect the kids, and I remember my mom being there and this woman, and I would be like, guys, like, the alligator is going to get the kids, and they just seem so like whatever, you know? And I was trying to protect them. After I realized, you know, I guess at some point I just was like, whatever. I'm going to go and see what this staircase is about. I don't know why, but I did. I had never gone up there before, but when I went up there, there was this beautiful grand amphitheater. I was in awe. How had I never seen this before? I started calling everyone upstairs. And when I tell you, I mean, it was so, there was no windows, yet it was so full of light. It was like beaming. And there was just rows and rows and rows. And this man stood up, and honestly, he was very blurry. I was still looking around at the amphitheater, and he was talking to me. And I started calling everyone upstairs. When I started calling everyone up, I saw a single man standing there, and he said, "You're not supposed to be here." And then he started saying things that I couldn't remember. But I do remember him saying 7, not 6, not 8, 7. And he was repeating it. I then looked around and realized that the kids had gone back downstairs with the alligator. So like everyone came up, they were just like, wow. And then they literally went back downstairs. You know, I was the one so in awe of it all. And everyone just was like, oh yeah, cool. And then walked away, you know. The alligator was still down there. I ran downstairs, and my twin boys, they had somehow sunk into the carpet where it was like a waterboard, not waterboard, like a waterbed. It was squishy. So they had like sunk down into it and they were crying. There was also 2 medium-sized poodles. I knew in that moment was the woman's dogs. They were in the closet pulling out blankets and pillows and tearing them up and had already tore up everything that was already out. I was screaming. I hit one of them. I was literally crashing out, and then I woke up. I tried to think of this in the best way that I could. 1, the man, this amphitheater, people coming up and then leaving, to my own interpretations, and y'all can let me know what y'all think if you want. I mean, whatever. Not 6, not 8, 7. I know Jesus is coming, and I believe in a pre-tribulation rapture, and I think that we are very close to the tribulation, a 7-year tribulation at that. Not 6, not 8, 7. And I had gone out of my comfort zone and I had seeked out what was up there. And I was in awe of the beauty of it all. And when people saw it, they dismissed it. You could say the alligator is like the devil prowling. You could say that the people walking off heard the gospel and they didn't really care. Or they heard it and they thought just hearing it was enough. It was a crazy dream. I also had a dream this year. That it was the rapture. And when I say that, I mean it was the rapture. I mean, the trumpets were blowing and we were being lifted into the sky, me and my children. And God gave me the opportunity to like fly around and see the people that were being left behind. And I saw members of my family. I saw members of my husband's family. And then God took me to my husband. And I came down and I was talking to him and I was like, I've been trying to tell you that he's coming. And I'm leaving and you're staying here. You didn't believe me. I mean, he just seemed to not care. There was people of my family and my husband's family that were crying. Some didn't care. I saw strangers crying on the streets of their vanished children being gone. I saw loved ones walking hands in hands only for one to be gone. I saw people freaking out, rioting. I mean, it will be in the blink of an eye that everyone you know and love that loved Jesus will be gone. And the only person who can decide if you're going to be gone up in heaven too is you. That dream really affected me. I woke up crying. I texted my sister-in-laws that I loved them. I texted some other family members that I loved them. But I woke up crying and my husband happened to be awake next to me and I just was sobbing, telling him my dream. And he told me that his mother had told him earlier that day that he needed to get right with the Lord because he was coming. And that my dream was confirmation for him. Guys, this life isn't easy, but it's not supposed to be. It's just a trial. You choose where you go. God doesn't choose for you. You choose, and you choose it with the actions and the way that you live your life. He just wants to love you and wants a relationship with you. And God, I pray that you will all come to the Lord. And my final dream was that, sorry, that's my dryer. My final dream was that I was at my mom's and I was either dropping them off or picking them up. I was outside with my kiddos, outside, like in between walking into the house or walking out and to the car. And I heard the trumpets and I looked up to the sky. And there was this beautiful rainbow going this way, and then a crack that cracked along the sky this way. So where it made like a cross in the sky or an X. And this was a quick dream. I saw the silhouette of Jesus. It was just all pure light. And he was coming down, and I just gasped, "It's Jesus." And I woke up. And it was so beautiful, and that's all I needed. And for a long time, I didn't want to share these dreams with anyone. And there goes my dryer again. For a long time, I didn't want to share these dreams with anyone because I think that there's people, friends, family that are annoyed enough of me as it is for bringing up Jesus all the time, and nobody really wants to sit around and listen to it all. And, I love y'all, but Jesus loves y'all so much more. And I just pray that these videos that I'm finally being obedient and making will reach the people who need to see it, who need that confirmation. Pray to him that you will have your own dreams. Pray to him that he will reveal himself to you through dreams, visions, anything. And he will, because he loves you. God, man, I could sit and talk here for hours, but this video is already 13 minutes long. And there goes my dryer again. Well, I told my dreams in the best way I could, so our job is to plant the seed, and it's God's to do the rest. So he will do what he needs to with these videos, I guess. All right. I love y'all. Jesus loves you more.